Disclaimer. The Essex County Workforce Development Board Business and Economic Development Committee web video series is being offered for general informational purposes only and does not constitute and is not intended to constitute legal advice or individualized advice of any kind. Please be aware that the videos contained in this web series and the information being offered in such video has been previously filmed and may not contain the most up-to-date information available pertaining to the topic in question. To the extent that third-party websites are provided or referenced throughout this video series, the Essex County Workforce Development Board does not maintain or endorse the contents of any third-party websites, and such website information is being provided for informational purposes only. Hello, everyone. I'd like to welcome you to the Essex County Workforce Development Board's video series presented by the Business and Economic Development Subcommittee. This series is designed to highlight businesses that serve as a resource to those businesses located within Essex County and which can help Essex County businesses grow and thrive. My name is Amy Vasquez. I am the Director of Legal Content for the Employers Association of New Jersey, and I'm also a member of the Essex County Workforce Development Board. I am thrilled today to be joined by my guest, Victor Salama, the Executive Director of the Greater Newark Enterprises Corporation. Victor, welcome.
Thank you, Amy. Thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely. We are very grateful to have you here with us today. And I'd like to jump in and start by asking you to tell us about the Greater Newark Enterprises Corporation, the work that you do, and how you assist businesses.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much. And thank you to the Essex County Workforce Development Board for having Greater Newark Enterprises Corporation here, or as we know, mostly as GNEC or GNEC, but we'll go with GNEC today. So basically what GNEC does is we are a nonprofit community development financial institution, a CDFI. We are based here in Newark, New Jersey. We are in the VentureLink building, NJIT's campus. And what we do is threefold. We provide capital resources to micro and small scale businesses from underserved communities. And we also provide technical assistance to those businesses and the community at large. And we provide educational workshop to the community at large. And we've been doing this since 2005. And we have worked, while our clientele has predominantly been in Essex County, we also work throughout northern New Jersey.
Okay, great. So don't be dissuaded by the fact that Newark is in the title. You are serving the greater Newark area. So if you're a business in West Orange or another northern New Jersey county, you could serve as a resource for them as well.
Correct. We've provided technical assistance and loans to businesses throughout northern New Jersey. You know, for the most part, it's been Essex, Hudson, Union, Passaic, some in Bergen, Middlesex. I may be missing one, but you know, the idea here is for us more so the underserved and underbanked community of those counties, and that's the key aspect. You know, our belief is that everyone should have an opportunity to grow their business, to stabilize their business through affordable capital. And as many people and as many small micro businesses know, not all lending institutions give them the opportunity to access capital when it's needed. And that's where we're here for. And we've done this repeatedly. It doesn't really, what we care about is the story of the entrepreneur, their drive, their determination, and their vision. And then what we do is we certainly have underwriting criteria, but we look at the story behind the entrepreneur. That's really, really critical, and what kind of impact he or she may be able to make on their own families and their neighborhoods and their communities. Because I think it's essential for people to have a chance to feel like they can help the community grow and really feed their families, you know, from an entrepreneurial perspective. For us, that's everything, and that's what we do on a daily basis.
Gotcha. Very good. So in addition to providing businesses and entrepreneurs with capital resources, You also mentioned that you provide some technical assistance. So can you talk a bit about the types of technical assistance that you're working with employers on?
Yeah, absolutely. So, as you can imagine, this past year has been very, very interesting, challenging. Very, very drastic for many, many micro and small businesses. So many of them have come to us and have asked, how can we help them? Well, for one, what we do at our technical assistance programs, we offer a lot of one-on-one coaching. We offer different workshops on specific topics. I can tell you one of the things that we spent a lot of time with over the past 12 months is getting businesses ready to apply for PPP loans, getting businesses ready to apply for our loans, or getting businesses ready to even apply for grants. Many of the micro businesses that we deal with aren't ready with their financial documentation, whether it's financial projections, even their basic P&Ls and things like that. So what we do is with our assistance, they can put that together. We give them some coaching on some business planning, for sure, some market planning. So we help them in any which way. A lot of, for startup businesses, how do you register a business, right, in the state of New Jersey? So we help them with that. Having said that, we do have some great partnerships, and I'll mention the organizations for sure. We work with a lot of SBDCs. We work with Rising Tide Capital. We work with Eiffel. Whenever there's and they're all sort of Northern New Jersey organizations, so we partner very closely with. We work with Rutgers University, of course, to just get folks whatever technical assistance is needed. So while we're a small shop, we have a network of partners, Women's Center for Entrepreneurship as well, that we can send people to those organizations so they can access more and more services. And Amy, let me mention something, if you don't mind. Let me backtrack a little bit on the lending aspect, because I think one of the things that we've seen with a lot of money being available out there, right? Whether it's PPP or sort of the city of Newark had small business grant opportunities available. When a small business coming to try to access a loan, there's an underwriting process that happens. Grants are one thing, but loans are something else. And CDFIs have underwriting criteria, and we do too. And I think it's very important that if you're thinking about going to an organization such as ourselves, reach out to us or any other, business development, business service organization, and see if your documents are ready, because then the lending process is going to take a long, long time. So that's an important factor. And I can also touch a little bit about what we use as underwriting criteria if you feel that's useful.
So, it's so interesting because we've heard a lot of that at the Workforce Development Board as well, that, all of these great opportunities for lending have become available over this past year. But, a small business, and especially a super small business, they don't necessarily have their financial house in order. And while all of this funding is available, they need help in getting to the point where they're going to meet those underwriting guidelines. So it's great to know that an organization such as yourself is available and doing exactly that. So that's truly a tremendous resource.
Yeah, and there are NJDA has made things easier. Everyone's trying to make things easier, but at the end of the day, when you're coming in for a loan, people need to understand that there are criteria that we have to follow, right? There are rules and regulations in our industry that we have to follow, and also from an internal controls perspective. So, I don't want people to be surprised when we start asking questions. Why are you asking me for my, tax returns? Or why are you asking me for this? That's the process that, it's sort of the banking industry process. And we follow a lot of that as well with submission driven perspective on the loans, which is sort of what differentiates us. And that's why we serve the underserved and underbanked communities.
Gotcha. Now, you had mentioned that, the lending has been a big part of, this past year. And, to say that the COVID pandemic has thrown a curveball to businesses, and especially small businesses, is an understatement. And I'm wondering, are you finding that people are seeing this period of time that we're in right now as a great opportunity to jump in and start up a new business? Maybe they're finding themselves suddenly unemployed due to the pandemic, or because there are still, so many economic uncertainties, maybe that's having a more chilling effect on someone like an entrepreneur who's trying to determine whether now is the good time to start up.
I think people, entrepreneurs look for opportunities, right? And then, have the conversation with potential clients to see if that opportunity is a real solid business, potential business. So we've seen a gamut of things. We've certainly seen a lot of startups come to us and ask for, look, I've seen this opportunity. I think I can jump on it, but I need X amount of dollars. And we've had a lot of that, but we've also seen, obviously, there's certain industries, certainly, food and beverage industries, hospitality, all that have come to us and saying, wow, the pandemic has really had a chilling effect on our business. And we think we can survive by pivoting this way. We just need the funds to do it. Remember, underserved and underbanked, communities and businesses don't have access. And many of them, if you look at the statistics, don't have the capital or the network of capital waiting for them to help them pivot, right? So that's the exact reason why we are there. And that's why we've been able to raise, COVID relief funds to help them do that. So we've seen a lot. I mean, it certainly hasn't completely dampened the entrepreneurial spirit of Northern New Jersey. We're just seeing a lot of people taking advantage of opportunities. I would say that for us, because we are a micro lender for the most part, we only do loans up to approximately $60,000, and then we partner with other institutions. We're seeing, sort of the micro loans, the community commerce loans, but it's been a good mix of new and sort of stabilizing opportunities out there. Now, what we're beginning to see, starting the first quarter of 2021, is I think people are a little bit fed up of talking about crisis management, and they want to talk about growth, and they want to say, how can we take it to the next level? So we've had to change sort of our mentality a little bit and think that way, and start to offer, workshops and educational seminars or anything that can get people to the next level.
So that's great. So you are offering, in addition to the technical assistance, or maybe as part of that, you're offering programs, webinars, seminars to businesses.
Yeah, we've done a couple of really interesting things, and I can mention we just held a really great. Well, let me mention something. We've gotten funding from LISC Newark to launch a Women Entrepreneurs of Color technical assistance program. We're really proud and pleased with that program. So we've just set up a partnership with Agency 6B to launch a series of workshops. Anyone can join, but then we'll have, once the workshops, the first one was they're all around sort of e-commerce, sales, marketing, turning online followers into clients, all those things. But we're thinking about sort of growing your business. How do you take your business to the next level? And this is a series of 2 workshops, and then we're going to have some selected participants go through a one-on-one coaching sessions throughout sort of the 3rd and 4th quarter of the year. So we're really excited about that. We want to grow that. We're going to do a customer discovery workshop soon. We've done an ideation workshop soon. We're doing financials 101 to get people to really understand how to put together P&L, how to do financial analysis. We're going to do workshops on using the business model Canvas as a planning tool, obviously business planning. So this is the type of things that we're going to do on a continuing basis. And then we have the one-on-one coaching and, of course, the lending. So we hope that we're a sort of holistic approach to micro business support here in Northern New Jersey and, certainly in Essex County, and hope people can, continue to come to us. And we're lucky to have great community support from a lot of corporations and JDA and things like that.
Sure, it certainly sounds like a very holistic approach that you're taking, not just focusing on the capital, but we want to help you grow, and we're going to provide you with the tools and the knowledge to help you get there. So for a small business who is watching this video or someone who's thinking about starting up a business, two questions. One, what is the best way for them to get in touch with you and your team? And two, what can they expect from that initial meeting with you?
Yeah, so our website is www.gnecorp, so gnecorp.org. And there's a button there, sort of the get started button, and you can press that button and you can reach out to us. info@gnecorp.org is an email. We were really good to email answers. Obviously, even though we're sort of working remotely, we're constantly in communication with folks. And once people submit sort of their initial inquiry, we'll get back to them in 24 hours. That's for sure. It's even faster than that. We'll have an initial conversation to really understand what their needs are, whether it's purely technical assistance. Many people come to us immediately with the thought of a loan, but many aren't ready. So the process will be that we'll guide them and coach them through that to really understand how we can assist them. It may be a situation where we'll provide some technical assistance for a number of months, and then we'll get them ready for a loan. The one thing, again, I caution everyone, I advise everyone, not caution, but I caution everyone to make sure that whatever paperwork that they're able to get, we're going to ask them if you're asking, for different loans. So our largest loan, which is the business builder loans, basically go from $5,000 to $60,000. And we are going to ask you a lot of details around your credit, your capacity to pay, and for collateral. Those are collateralized loans, so we're going to ask you for that. So don't be surprised. If you want smaller scale loans, there are Green Maker loans. They're basically from $1,000 to $5,000 loans. Those are uncollateralized loans, many times helping startups. And we'll talk to you about your business idea. We'll talk to you about sort of, have you spoken to potential customers? Why, what's your value proposition? Just because you want to do something, are you going to really provide value to potential customers? Who your potential customers are? Where are they? What geography you're targeting? Are you doing, a brick and mortar? Are you doing an online sort of sales approach? We're going to ask you those things, and then we have also opportunities to help you build your credit, which are the credit builders. They're credit builder loans. They're very small, up to $500, and then we'll ask you about some personal questions about your situation, and we'll be able to provide you with those loans. So we've got the credit builder, the Dream Maker, the business builder. We'll ask a lot of questions, and then we'll move forward with the process. But you really need to reach out to us before we get going.
That's great. Lots going on.
Mm-hmm.
And Victor, this has been terrific. I'd like to thank you again for being here with us today, sharing information about the work that you do. Certainly, you're serving as a tremendous and necessary resource for businesses. We encourage our viewers to reach out to Victor and his team at the Greater Newark Enterprises Corporation. Again, that website was gnecorp.org. And we hope to see you, our viewers, back here for the next video in our series. So thank you again, Victor, and take care, everyone.
Thank you.